Okay, it's that time of the week, everybody. Hello and welcome. You're on Elify Sprint Planning. I'm ER. This is Guy. We're with Elify, and we are here to talk with you about the sprint planning process. But today's a little bit different, Guy. We wanted to take a step back because I know every week we come on here, we talk about creating your plan and executing your plan, and it's that incremental daily activity that helps create forward progress on where you want to go. But I know we've had new people come on. I know we've had people join in as new affiliates. And obviously this call is for you as an affiliate to really maximize what you can earn and where you can get to by leveraging what we feel is the ultimate side hustle, Elify's affiliate program. So with that being said, Guy, I know over the weekend I had an opportunity to post just a small snippet of my weekend sort of refilling and replenishing part of my Life by Design. And we've talked about Life by Design with Edge training on mindset of a champion and all of these types of things. And I know you and I really have had that mindset for a long time. But for a lot of people who are joining this or who are just leaving the 9 to 5 or trying to segue out of the 9 to 5 into a better life, maybe explaining what Life by Design is, and then sort of what that takes to get it. How do you roadmap that out? And then how do we break it down? Because ultimately, when we come on for sprint planning, we're taking that big Life by Design goal of what we want to accomplish and where we want to be, and we're just chunking it down into sizable chunks that we can be working on now. And that's the concept of sprint planning as a whole. And we're looking at it, and we're reviewing it, and we're making adjustments, and we're treating each week as this small sprint, but it's all part of this bigger overall goal. And so that's really what I wanted to take some time on today's sprint planning call for those people who have never thought about the concept of a Life by Design. And this is something we preach all the time, right? And in my mind, Life by Design gives you the flexibility to really deal with the 3 major pillars that we talk about, and that's having financial freedom. If you want a Life by Design, financial freedom may be a big portion of that because it gives you the flexibility to spend on what you want to spend on in a way. Then you have time freedom. And time freedom is one of these things that I think is a novel concept for a lot of people. They think time freedom, what does that mean? It's the ability to control your schedule. We've heard Michael and Edwin talk about we don't really manage our time, we prioritize it. It gives you the ultimate flexibility to prioritize your time any way you see fit. That's that type of flexibility on a Life by Design. And the last one is like location freedom, right? And when I think of the way things exist today, you're a lot of people aren't necessarily getting any of those 3 pillars met, right? They have to be in a certain place to work their job. They have to work a certain amount of hours and punch the clock each and every day with no flexibility. And maybe they're limited on what they can earn in their career independent. Maybe they're on salary and doesn't matter whether they put in 80 hours this week or 120 hours this week, they're sort of going to get what they get. And what we're talking about is a approach that's completely different, turns that on its head. And it really takes, what am I trying to accomplish and how do I work backwards to accomplish it? Go ahead.
I was just going to add to that, and conceptually, we've been talking about things for quite a while, and just trying to find something that can resonate. I think that's what a lot of people try to do in different situations within businesses, to be able to provide something that might tick or that aha type thing. And there is something that ER and I were chatting about over the weekend and earlier today, and it really does fall in that Life by Design. Time, location, financial freedom. Well, if you want those things, what do you believe you need to do in order to achieve those? And the very first thing that comes to mind is you need to learn. You need to learn, what product, opportunity, business, whatever you're going to do that is going to allow you that Life by Design. You need to take the opportunity to learn how to do that. And I think there's so many things out there that drive distractions to people when they first get involved in something or at a company for a short period of time, but believing they can do a lot there is they overlook that learning element. They either go in and potentially get confused or don't take the time to actually learn is really what it is. They don't take the time. They figure it's the easy button that has been so adamantly talked about, I think, for decades within opportunities or side hustles. Is so many people get sold on, the income disclosure prior to seeing the income disclosure, and they're going to make that much money. I feel we really have done a 180 with the offerings and what we have, and it is a solution that sort of helps you educate yourself in whatever opportunity you're in to take those steps to be able to have location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. The solution's designed as a support mechanism to increase the learning of whatever element or whatever business you want to advance forward. And from our aspect, from the affiliate program, we have things out there all day, not all day, but pretty much throughout the week that's available to you to learn more about Elify and the solution. And when you learn, the next thing you have to do is implement. If you learn something, I can sit down and self-help, something of that sort. But if I don't implement anything from it, what have I really done? Yeah. So we wanted to be able to provide something for you. And it's sort of a cliche type thing. I showed ER a photo earlier. It really is. It's first you learn and then remove that L. And what's it spelled? You earn. So you have to learn in order to start earning. So, I just wanted to leave that concept for a lot of people, no matter what you're looking at. Yeah. In opportunities, in your 9-to-5s, people hit roadblocks when they refuse to learn. And we just wanted to let you know that there's opportunities to simplify that learning process. And we feel that we provide something really good for you in this opportunity, but really good to be able to advance your other opportunities, your team members, your network, whatever that may be. And so, we're excited about every week when we get into sprint planning and be able to just sort of bring a concept on. First learn, then you get to start earning.
Yeah, Guy, and if I can add to this with just two stories, and it really is tied to the learning and the implement. And there are two stories that happened in my own personal life. The first one was, Guy, you and I were talking about this earlier. We're both athletes, ex-athletes at some of the highest levels. I know we both played Division I, and you went beyond that as well. And before I was able to play Division I football, I had to learn how to play football. And a lot of people start really young, like peewee football, and they sort of go throughout their whole life. I was a swimmer and a basketball player. I was an athlete, but I didn't know the game of football. And I remember the coach approached me one day and he said, "Wow, you're a big boy. You'd be good at this sport." And I was honest with him. I said, "I don't know the first thing about football. I don't know how many people are on the field. I don't know offense and defense. I don't know the plays. But if you teach me, if you allow me to learn, I'm coachable. If you allow me to learn, I will do what you tell me. I will understand how that position plays a role as a team in accomplishing the goal, and I will implement what I learn on the field." And I took that simple concept of learning and then implementing that Guy just talked about, and that allowed me to not only learn the game, but to eventually become a starter in a short amount of time. Again, I started playing football pretty much my sophomore year of high school, and within 3 short years earned a Division I scholarship. It was because I was willing to learn, and I was willing to put in the time, energy, and effort of implementing what I learned and putting it into practice. Now, fast forward a few years later, and I had gotten injured, and I had rolled out of college athletics, and I was looking for what to do next, guys, because in life, you're going to have these seasons of life. Man, wouldn't it be great if we could live our high school years forever, or our college years forever, or, a young family life forever? It's going to continue to change, right? Time is this ever-changing thing. And so I was looking at what is the next thing. And the next thing for me was starting to educate myself. I was going back to finish up my college education. I was learning. but I was also an entrepreneur. So I was looking for that next venture. And my friends had approached me with this concept called affiliate marketing. And guys, this is about Elify's affiliate program right at the very beginning when I was first becoming an affiliate marketer. And this was in early 2000s. It was a lot more complex. I had to learn a lot more to implement than you as an affiliate need to learn today. So you really have it actually a little bit easier, but you still need to learn and apply. And what I had to learn how to build a website, HTML, graphic design, product creation, all of those elements just to implement building out that web presence, getting information online so that I could get that traffic, those eyeballs to come and see those ads and to make it an informed buying decision so I could earn an affiliate commission. Now a lot of that's done for you with Elify's affiliate program, but you still need to learn some of the common attributes, some of those common skills. You need to learn the technology. If you haven't learned the technology on your short list of win list items that we talk about each and every day, what's important now on how we prioritize our time, learning should be one of those things. And I know, Guy, you're going to talk about 3 questions that you should be asking yourself every day. But these are the things. What can I learn and how can I implement that you want to be asking on a daily basis, setting it up in a week-long chunk, and so on and so forth. So I learned all of those things, and then I applied those things. And it was literally that easy. Now, granted, the learning wasn't easy. The application of it wasn't easy, but the concept is very simple and easy. Learn it, apply it. And Guy, you and I were talking. There are a lot of people, like you mentioned, who go out and learn something but never apply it. Look, knowledge is power, but if you don't implement it, if you don't apply it, if you don't take advantage of using it to your advantage, right? You're going to miss out on all of that. There are plenty of smart people out there who have all the knowledge, but they're not applying any of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then just relentlessly applying it and consistently applying it day in and day out. We talked about some of the activity things, workout things, any of those things. Doesn't matter what area of life you're working on. And I keep thinking back to my own personal wheel of life. I mean, I've filled this all out on what I'm doing. Each one of those things is going to have a different area that I'm learning on and that I'm implementing for. And it's the implementation of the process that I work towards achieving the results of my plan. So a big portion of the Life by Design that we talk about reaching with Elify's affiliate program is, look, where do you want to be? What is the life by design that you want to live? And it's going to be different for each of us. My version of a life by design is different than Guy's version of a life by design, is different than Michael or Edwin's or yours as an individual. So it's up to you to take some time. And if you haven't done this, this is one of your win list items for the week. What is my life by design going to be? With a big question mark, and flush that out. Because if you can't visualize that, you aren't done mapping it out. You know what I mean? Where do you want to be? How much do you make? What's the location, the time? What are you doing? What life are you living? All of that can be quantified. And then once you have that quantified where you want to get to, you can start reverse engineering that and creating a path to go from where you are today to where you want to get to. And in order to accomplish that path, that's what we've been talking about this whole time. You're learning what you need to do and what you need to implement to get from where you are to where you want to go. And that's all it takes, everybody. It can be done by anybody who's watching or listening this. You are capable of learning what needs to be done and implementing that. If a guy who didn't know anything about technology 20 years ago can sit down and start playing around with computers and learn what's necessary to implement it to be successful, I know you can as well. And you're not going to have to learn programming, guys. I'm going to save you that step. You're not going to have to learn HTML or any technical type of stuff. You may need to learn the value of what you have at your disposal. You may need to learn how to use it and how to leverage it every day so you can share it with other people. But that's pretty much going to be the extent. You really need to get out there and just immerse yourself in it, learn it, and then start applying and implementing what you learn. So, Guy, tell us about those 3 questions.
I'm going to wrap that up for just a second.
Yeah, please.
I just want to add to that, ultimately, the Elify and the Shuffle platform, it's in a constant state of improvements. Mm-hmm. And with those improvements, there are slight modifications to learning the application. And I know we do what we can to be able to provide training, get people access to those. There'll be more and more different trainings available, but implementing or taking the time to learn each one of those new things. It's always the one that makes you scratch your head when a comment happens on the platform of something that was, years ago, and the advancements that it has come to today. That comment doesn't go along with what the platform represents anymore, or how you do something on this platform. It's even something crazy to think about, from an active affiliate reaching out, over the weekend, asking about the affiliate program and when did we make the changes. And, active level, that was mid-late last year that those adjustments were made to our affiliate program. So just those educational pieces to know that there's things available for you. That affiliate page, LP, is very helpful from the standpoint of what the affiliate program is now. Fair warning, there's more coming that is going to change the user experience. There's going to be more advancements in the affiliate program, which I think is going to be second to none from some of the offerings that are going to be available for that. So implementation, learn, take the L off, start earning. Learn first, earn, implement. So sort of to wrap this up, some of the elements that we were talking about prior to jumping on is sort of asking yourself these 3 questions in a sprint planning, and I'll pop them up each one by one. But the first one is, what action can I take to positively impact my future? And that's this week. What action can I take to positively impact my future? Well, we've been on for roughly 20 minutes, and we've talked about learning. If I learned more about this platform, if I felt more comfortable, if I attended trainings, I would be able to advance my business. I'd be able to advance the conversation with Elify and Shuffle. That in turn impacts my future in a positive way because I've learned and I'm starting to implement. So that's the first question that I want you all to ask, and write it down, jot it down for yourself. We're not asking you to put them out to us. This is sort of your own accountability. Be accountable to yourself as well. That's a huge thing that we're always feeling people should do. What action can I take to positively impact someone's day? That one is huge. We see it within our relationships with Michael and Edwin and Kathy is when you're done with a conversation with them on a daily basis, they're always having a question come back to us is, how can they support us today? What can I do for you today? I think Michael has talked about that. Edwin has talked about that on their Wednesday trainings, is be present in your conversations with individuals. You're going to advance so much further. And I think when we always laughed about it 15 years ago when we first started doing things and we were meeting with people. He'd always make a comment in the meeting and then after that, I have 2 of these and 1 of these. And he's like, I need to learn how to implement that. And I think that's the big thing with conversations and talking to potential people who would look at the Elify solution and Shuffle, or even whatever other opportunity. Be genuine, have a conversation with them, and most of all, listen. I know something ER will probably say is the person asking the questions controls the conversation, right? But if you ask a question, ask a question, ask a question, that's not a real conversation. So it's that genuine aspect of, how can I sit here and be a positive impact to you today? What can I do to help you? Beautiful thing that's within Elify is within this network, we can help refer. So how can I get people to learn more about what you do? How can, if I'm a roofer, how can ER get more information out to people who is looking for a new roof? It's simply by connecting, communicating, and sharing the information from the Shuffle platform, setting follow-ups, not letting those fall through the cracks. Build the relationship, right? We're an RCM, relationship marketing, whatever, RCM, relationship content manager, right? That's where we are trying to move the dial, is your relationship. It should be first and foremost, and how can you positively impact someone's day? And then the final question is, what action can I take to make a difference? And that's a very broad question to ask yourself and fill out. And, it is one of those thinkers is, how can I make a difference in my own life, in my family's life, in my business partner's life, in anyone who stumbles across Shuffle, is introduced to Shuffle, wants to learn more? How can I make a difference with them on a daily basis? There's a good opportunity. I pick the phone up. That's one thing that I enjoy doing, is having conversations. Granted, with our amount of affiliates, I can't have hour-long conversations with each and every one of you, even though I do end up doing that sometimes. But that's something we've always wanted to be able to do, is make a difference, to be able to support each and every one of you within the Elify network. And how can we advance your business, whether it's Elify or it's something that's being utilized with Shuffle to get your business moving forward, your network's business moving forward. So, that's where we are for the week. I'll pass it back to ER if you got the dates down. I know we got a training tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday with the founders, and Saturday Discover Call. But that's all I really had for today.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, everybody, as we close out our Monday sprint planning. Obviously, if you've gone through and heard the 3 questions that Guy was talking about, we talk about being relentlessly consistent. My challenge to everybody, if you just answered those 3 questions every day when you got up in the morning, and you did that consistently, relentlessly consistently, for the next 30, 60, 90 days, I can guarantee you that in that amount of time, you're going to be better off than you were when you started. And that's really what a forward progress looks like. It's incremental forward progress that's made slow and steady over time. We all know about the tortoise and the hare. And I really want us to be thinking like the tortoises here. What direction am I moving into? And am I capable of putting one foot in front of the other and never giving up? Having the grit to continue to forge along as I make forward progress to my goals. Look, when you're developing a life by design, you need to, first of all, know where you want to be. Where do you want to get to? Then you need to understand, and you need to back it out and say, what is it going to take to get there? And chunk that down into sizable chunks. Again, you shouldn't be looking at a 5-year goal today. You should be looking at this week today and make sure it's in alignment for your five-year goal. And then think about the paths that it can take you to get there. Because there's 1,000 paths. We just think that Elify's affiliate program is one of those paths that can help take you to a place where you can have financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. And I think that's so powerful. So with that being said, some housekeeping items on events today or the events this week that you can be engaging in. And again, think about this from the individual level. What do I need to be learning? What do I need to be implementing? Where do I need to be participating? And what do I need to be sharing with my team, asking them to engage, participate, and lean into? So things we have going on, obviously everybody's doing their sprint planning for this week. What do the next 7 days look like for you? Make a list, make a map, make a plan, and then execute that plan. And then the next thing is, guys, we've got training with Kathy tomorrow. That's going to be Shuffle-related training. Guy, is there a specific time on that for tomorrow? And we can get that posted?
I'm looking for it right now.
Yep, so we have the share card. We'll share that out on social as well, but that'll have all the event times for this week. I know Kathy's does live, so it changes periodically, but it's always on Tuesday. On Wednesday evening, we're going to have our Edge Global training. That's going to be Mindset of a Champion, guys. The gold nuggets that are dropped during both Kathy's training, okay, and Michael and Edwin's training are worth their weight in gold, guys. I learned stuff so much just watching those guys, and I do a lot of self-improvement, self-help, those types of education. I'm a lifelong learner, and those cannot miss. So if you can't join those live, watch the replays at a minimum, and then share those out to the people you think need to watch that as well. That's the extra step that you can take to go above and beyond, is not just feed and fill up yourself, but also help others, as Guy submitted that question earlier. And then on Thursday, we're going to have a break. This is for you to pour into your business, to pour into yourself, and to really do what you need to do. On Friday, we're going to have our Friday with the founders. Guy and I always look forward to that. It's our chance to connect with you and in a Zoom room, dialogue back and forth, get your question answered, and you to connect directly with us and get those questions answered. So that's going to be on Friday. And then ultimately, guys, everything culminates in Saturday's discovery call. And we want you to be thinking about, who are you going to invite to come on and be your guest to learn a little bit more about Elify and about Shuffle. And that's held every Saturday morning. Again, we'll post that out so everybody has the times on those. But be relentlessly consistent. Who can I invite to those? Am I inviting every week? What am I learning and what am I implementing? This is what it's all about. And then ultimately, the sprint plan is creating that 7-day plan for the next 7 days that you're going to tick off so that you know where you end up on Friday is much further along than where you started on Monday, guys. And then you review that and set up the plan for the next week. And that's how you make forward progress over time. I will be the first person to tell you there is no quick and easy button, right? I wish there was. We just put it and we'd be ultimately where we want to be, after clicking that button. Unfortunately, the easy button or the secret is work, guys. As Guy said, you have to go out and you have to implement, you have to take action on putting to use in action what you learned. So with that being said, Guy, thank you so much for posting that Tuesday training with Kathy. It's going to be happening at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 Central, 11 Mountain, and 10 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you make that. At a minimum, guys, you should know as an Elify affiliate, you should know everything about Shuffle. And if you don't, there's an area to dive in and dig into to educate yourself at a minimum. Then you're going to be able to help and serve so many other people once you know what you actually have at your disposal to really take action on. So with that being said, everybody, I want you to make it an amazing week. We'll see you tomorrow on the training calls. Make sure to post in any of the social groups. If you do have questions or need support, there's a community of people who are here to help you and support your success. So with that being said, from Guy and I here in Colorado, have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody.